Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a game by Game Labs available on Steam, and we are picking up just after the conclusion of our first Spanish-American War, which if you had told me at the beginning of the war we would have done, well and not lost any territory, I would have said, great, thumbs up, good job. After we absolutely thwacked the United States and, crippled their fleet, the fact that we walked away with basically nothing other than $200 million, which I've already pretty much since spent just trying to get my ships back to Spain, I feel a little bit less good about the situation. With that being said, that's where we find ourselves. It is September 1897, and frankly, I probably need to redesign some of my ships. So if we actually go to the ship design screen, we have a couple of new-ish designs. So the newest design in our fleet is the Isle de Tortuga class, which I don't think I'm going to change at all. It's about a 4,000-ton protected or light cruiser, with a good amount of guns and okay-ish torpedo armaments. I feel like its service in the war was tolerable, if unspectacular. We may want to redesign a new light cruiser, but this is serviceable for the current time. Then we have the torpedo boats of the Iron Priest class, with which I was absolutely thrilled with. These guys, well, they died fast, but damn, did they punch above their weight with their 6 torpedo broadside. These guys were incredibly useful in the war, and I don't think we need to design a new torpedo boat class quite yet. That's where things get a little bit less clear. So we've got like a bunch of these other ships here, these other designs. I think I've scrapped all my Teuton class torpedo boats with, I believe, just their single torpedo. I don't think we have any of them in service. So go ahead and delete that class of ship. We've got the Pampero class protected or armored cruiser, which I think we've scrapped most of. We've got our one class of battleships, which are the San Luis, which has been refitted as of 1890. And then we've got some armored cruiser designs. The Draga 2 armored cruiser actually did pretty well for us in the war, and so I don't know that I'm going to instantly replace that, but I do think we need to build a new battleship class and possibly a new armored cruiser class. Like I'm not going to scrap the Dragas, but I probably won't be building any more of them either. If we go ahead and we take a look at the research and development section here, we've got a gun layout thing coming in 1 month. An anti-flash barbette research will be done in 1 month. And then we've got advanced towers research will be done in 3 months. So I'm kind of mixed on whether I want to I can actually drop that down to 2 months if I stop researching small guns, which I think we will do. A 700-ton destroyer will be unlocked in a couple months, and then also an 8,000-ton heavy cruiser. So we're getting real close to, but not quite, but certainly World War II era heavy cruiser size. But yeah, so what if I actually do this? What if we'll leave that as. All right, so we're still going to design a new battleship. That's the plan here. We're going to wait 2 months to get both of those R&D elements done and to get some of those ships into position so we can go ahead and send some of these ships to I don't know, mothballs or whatever to try and get our budget under control. All right, advanced small funnels 1 is done. Barbette anti-flash is done. The British are fighting a war against Germany. I forgot about that. Huh? Oh, in Southwest Africa. Hey, the United States improved their relations with us. Meanwhile, our relations with Italy continue to deteriorate because I want to fight them. Like, I want territory. I want something. So my goal is to go to war with Italy. They're allied to Colombia, Venezuela, Ukraine, and Bulgaria. None of those are countries I'm terribly worried about. We're actually not too far away from a war with them either. We're at -81. They are almost allied to Austria-Hungary here. in terms of the politics score. But you're going to wait before new BB hulls? No, don't do that. Tell me. Wait before next year at least? No, I'm not going to wait. I refuse to wait. We'll wait one more month. Building new ships. All right, new ship parts, advanced towers 1. And yeah. Can we instigate war with, by the way, Italy has no battleships. Look at this fleet. It is pathetic. Pathetic. 21 armored cruisers. I mean, look at, we've got, I'm not even scrolling the wrong way. We've got 17. Oh yeah, I forgot I scrapped a bunch of mine. 27 light cruisers. We've got 35. 31 torpedo boats. We've got 52. They don't even have a single battleship. Who even needs the Italians? What are they going to do? All right, I'm just going to jump ahead a few moments, guys, because Templar was very generous during the live stream and gave me 25 gifted subs. But that did cause a pretty long delay as the alerts were popping. So we're just going to jump ahead a little bit, just a couple of minutes. 25, right? Okay, there we go. All right, so we made the relations with Italy even worse. We're almost at war with them now. We're up to -93, so we are on the verge of another war. Our people, I'm sure, are happy to be fighting war upon war upon war, which is obviously the goal. The Italians are selling 3 Centauro-class torpedo boats to Bulgaria. So let's see here. We have... What's our research look like again? I can't actually like deliberately piss them off quite yet. I've got to wait at least another month into 1898. Not really tracking what's going on in the war between the British and the Germans, if that's even still going on. I don't see any indicator that a war is going on, but each turn we get a little update about ships that are being lost on the British's end, so... Nation, Russian Empire revolution. Unrest has become uncontrollably high in the Russian Empire. The government has been overthrown. The people do not trust Karl Bakharev due to his low naval prestige. Elections in Spain. The Nationalist Party has won the elections and formed a new government. Okay. We would have won, right? Like, we just won the war. You'd think they'd be pretty damn pleased with the current government. The British are provoking us directly. Okay. So the British and the Germans are still at war. I'm kind of confused here because I don't see any war score anywhere. Oh, the Soviet Union. So not only did the Russians have their revolution, but the Soviet Union is here, although the flag hasn't changed. But it is here. So the Soviets have arrived early. I don't know if the cruiser design is ideal. I mean, it is next year, technically. We can increase tensions now. What's our finance situation look like? So we're up to 5 million positive right now. The fleet itself is mostly in mothballs, I think. But we do have some ships that are in being or sea control. We also have a battleship in the North Atlantic. Conception. She's on her way. That's not the North Atlantic. This is just the Atlantic. The North Atlantic is up here. Anyway. One more month. Let's get those new flags. And the first thing the new Russians do is they lay down a bunch of new ships. All right, so we unlocked the 700-ton torpedo boat hull. We also unlocked double bottom. Canada signed a special alliance and trade agreement with the Soviet Union. Okay. The flags haven't changed. Those liars. Long live the Tsar. All right. So let's just make sure the political situation is what we want it to be. So they're allied to Colombia, Venezuela, Ukraine, and Bulgaria. Nobody else likes them other than maybe the Austrians, kind of, sorta. Research for us. We finished internal protection and hull protection. We're a month away from hull strengthening. Semi-armor piercing hull shell. That's interesting. Okay, cruiser design in 2 months, an 8,000 tonner. All right, let's wait 1 more month. Are we still, did we max out the size of our docks? Yeah, we aren't building them any bigger at the moment. Okay, so did we finish that? We did. All right, hull strengthening is done. And the new 8,000 ton cruiser option will unlock next turn. This is foolish. What's foolish, Hauser? Waiting for a design you don't know if it'll ever come. I should be building for the war with Italy. Battleships will help me win this war versus Italy. You really think we should do a new armored cruiser design? What's the makeup of our fleet again? How many torpedo boats do we have? 52. Are they all of the new class? I think they are. Yeah, looks like they are all of the Iron Priest class. Battle cruisers are the best ships. You're goddamn right. They might, Hauser. The battleships? They might appear. How long does the old battleship class take? 13 months? The last war lasted more than 13 months. I mean, even the armored cruisers, they aren't that much faster. They're 2 months faster. That's it. So, I mean, even the armored cruisers probably won't get done in time. We're not talking like 3-year-long construction, warships like you would think. So let's see here. If we do a new design, we go in here. We've got a semi-dreadnought battleship hull, so we've got that. It can be the max size of this hull, which is 18,000, because we do have a 24,000 ton dockyard. We can basically make it a quasi dreadnought already if we make it a 20 knot ship. Maximum bulkheads, let's say 0% beam and draught for the moment. Coal as fuel, induced boilers, triple expansion steam engine, semi-balanced rudder, hydraulic steering, nickel steel armor, anti-torpedo 1, double bottom hull, reinforced bulkheads, anti-flood 1, citadel 1. Crew quarters spacious. Main armor of 13 inches. Forebelt will do 5. Main deck will do 2 inches. Aft deck will do 1.5. Foredeck 1.5. Aft belt 5. Conning tower 4. Let's do conning tower 15. Superstructure. Can we do 2? And then the interior on the Citadel armor, 1.2. Now, I haven't put any guns on here yet, so we'll see if this is even remotely realistic. Main tower, front tower size 4. Put it forward a bit. Secondary tower, rear times 2. Or rear number 2. There is no procurement strategy. Don't ask questions. All right, let's see how many funnels we can get on there. Probably just the 2. It's interesting that there's no other funnel options. So we get an 84 engine efficiency. We do centerline guns. We'll do 12 inches because we've got Mark II 12 inches, whereas we only have Mark I for the 13s. So a double barrel 12-inch fore aft. Remember, she's still a pre-dread. Secondary batteries. I'm a fan of the 5-inchers. Although that seems a little weak. Ship's overweight already. How much overweight? I'll worry about that later. Casemate guns. Are the 2-inchers the Mark II? Well, the 2 and the 3 both are. Okay. Underwater torpedoes. Let's get a little bit more of those secondaries here. So let's do this. Those are a Mark 1.6, Mark 1. So the 4-inch guns are actually a Mark II. How do they compare? Mark II is... Mark II gives us slightly worse penetration at 1,000. Muzzle velocity is better on the Mark II 4. Rate of fire is more than double. I mean, I think most of these 4-inchers, their primary job is going to be to sink like torpedo boats and other things like that. So let's do the okay, that's terrible. Those firing arcs are terrible, especially for that forward gun. Is it really that bad there the whole time? All right, we'll do it. We'll do it a little bit further back then. All right, these firing arcs are decent. Four inchers, Mark II. You can see that there's only a picnic basket on fire strategy. Ouch. All right. Standard ratio for shells. Standard ratio for shells. Well, secondary should be increased HE. Soft capped fuse. I don't really know the difference between all these. Like, which is better? Okay. Looked enough like a trash bin fire. Listen, I'm not worried about the war with Italy, Hauser. I'm building my fleet for the eventual war versus the British Empire. We're gonna beat the silly Italians, and it'll be easy. I'm not too worried. But that looks a little more symmetrical on those secondary turrets. I'm liking the look of that a bit more. Okay. I mean, this really isn't a semi-dreadnought with 4-inch secondaries. That's pretty light on the secondaries. So we need to save a little bit of weight. Do we need 15 inches of side armor on a 12-inch gun? Like, what are we going up against? I think we can save a little bit of weight there. We'll drop it to 14. Also, I don't see any reason to have more than 2 inches of top armor here. Okay. Beat the Royal Navy, hearsay or heresy? Listen, the Royal Navy is only so good. We'll drop the crew quarters from spacious to standard, I think. And you want a wider beam, right? Usually. Let's also drop the speed 20 knots. Let's drop the range. We don't need that. 9,500 kilometers is probably enough, right? Okay. All right, let's drop the fore and aft belt to 4.5. And we'll drop the main belt to 12.5 or just maybe 12.6. And I think that gets us about to where we need to be. The engine efficiency is still a little low for my taste, but I don't know that I can do any better than that with the current tech that we have. Yeah, we already applied all the guns we can apply. We could expand the beam out a little bit. That would add some weight. But it'll make the ship more accurate, I believe. Doesn't affect the pitch dramatically. The pitch is a slight issue. I think the roll is good. The pitch I'm a little worried about at 29%. I don't know how we fix that. What does it even need to be? Like what is green? I don't, or what is good? We do have 4-weight offset of 11%. That's a good call out. How do we reduce some of that 4-weight? We could probably move these funnels back. At least partially. That'll help a little bit. What if we... Why is it not doing the same to both? That's weird. It had like an extra 4-inch turret there that was a little bit odd. So... That's a little bit further outside. I don't know if that's good or not. I pushed it further toward the... edge of the ship. I think that's a good firing arc. Wish I knew which guns it was saying have a poor firing arc. Okay, we still have 4 offset. That looks good to me. These towers look good to me. I guess maybe that forward tower could be smaller. Do the size 3 tower. We could also push this back a bit. So we're still at 7% forward weight offset, huh? Move that forward turret back a bit. That helps. Okay, these turrets didn't move. I don't understand that. They're not. It's like they're uncoupling these guys. Those turrets are like off the edge of the ship. Okay. So 4 offset is still 4%. We could do an even smaller forward turret, but I'm not sure. Maybe it's the tower here. If we do the superstructure, could that be it? Well, it doesn't seem to make a difference. What about the conning tower? That didn't seem to make a difference either. I'm not sure. Yeah, I know they're not perfectly symmetrical. Oh well. We just drop these forward facing 3 inchers. That would probably get us there. Not quite. Oh, well, I think we're good, right? Like, this is a decent design. Two, 3 inches right forward. Yeah, I know I put the... Suppose we could drop those forward-facing casemates. They're probably not worth it. That gets us even closer. We still have those rear facings, but that gets us pretty much to where we need to be from a weight offset. Really, these 4-inch turrets are just annoying the hell out of me. Just the look of them. All right, are these even? Kind of, sort of. All right. What are we going to call this class? What do we want to call them? Just because Hauser was such a adamant supporter of us designing this class, we'll name him after him. The new Hauser class. I'm sure he'll be thrilled when he comes back. All right. So let's get back to the main screen and then start our war with Italy, right? USA, good to see you. Welcome, welcome. All right, so the new Hauser class, we will build we'll build 4 of the things. That's how many we built of the last class, so we'll build that many of this new class. 17 months, eh? Probably because we don't have the shipyard space for it, right? No, we do. Well, I don't know why it said 13 months. Oh, that was for the old class. So these take longer. Well, fudge. In any event, what's our financial situation? Not great. Okay. Let's also design a new... Do we have the research for that new armored cruiser size yet? Not quite yet. We're going to wait 1 more month, and then we'll design a new armored cruiser class as well. We're playing as Spain, Strogan. I didn't respect the Spanish history at all. Not in the naming, no. Industrialists who are impressed by our Navy are ready to invest for the need of the fleet. What's my answer? The Navy will certainly appreciate the extra funds. I don't really need the money. Better to invest in the development of industrial infrastructure. The country's economy needs more to grow. Or our times are difficult. No, yeah, give the money to the economy. All right. Armored cruisers. We can do a new armored cruiser design now, too. I'm open to well, I guess we could call it the Templar. I know that isn't remotely Spanish, but I'm just thinking that, you know, Templar did give out 25 gift subs, so maybe we want to reward that. All right, we're going to go with the largest, I guess, size hull, which we can fit on this. This armored cruiser's hull size is 8,500 to 12,000. That'd be a large-ass armored cruiser. So we're at the bottom end of this this hull's makeup. We'll do 22 knots, so she's kind of almost going to be like a battle cruiser. The range should be more than that. Why is the range on our battleship more than our frickin' armored cruiser? What's up with that? Also, standard crew quarters. Maximum bulkheads. Okay, so we can do Templario to honor both Spain and Templar. We'll do induced boilers, triple expansion steam engines, hydraulic steering, nickel steel armor, anti-torpedo 1, double hull, reinforced bulk, anti-flood, citadel 1. Just get that all out of the way. Main belt of, let's say, 6 inches of armor if we can swing it. 2 aft. 2 4. Deck armor of 1 inch, I guess. We probably, I mean, we might end up in, I don't know. Conning tower. Let's actually do this. Let's do conning tower 7, main belt 5.5. And superstructure of 1 inch. Interior decks 0.6 of 1 inch. And then we'll finagle with that as needed. Main tower front 3. Secondary. Why the rear tower tech on the armored cruisers is more advanced than on the battleships? I don't understand that. So we could do a 2 funnel, which is a 55 efficiency. We do 4 funnels, which gets us the engine efficiency that we need. 4 all stacked together. Centerline guns. So we've got Mark II 9-inchers. The 8 and lower are all still Mark I, so old era guns. So I guess we'll do 9-inchers on the main battery. That seems a little bit heavy for an armored cruiser, but I don't want to waste the tech. Secondary guns. Do we have 5-inch Mark II? No. So we'll stick with the 4-inchers on the secondaries. If I have anywhere to put them on the ship. The other annoying thing with the 4 inches is they're basically just behind a shield. Also, they can't shoot anywhere from there, can they? Well, can I not do any 4 inchers then? Like, they can't shoot at anything. What's blocking them? Nothing. Nothing's blocking them there. I guess it is an all big gun armored cruiser. At least with this hull, pretty much. We can do the 4 inchers in the casemate. We get a whole bunch of casemate guns on this thing here. All Mark II 4 inchers. But the only guns above the freeboard, or at least the only guns outside the casemate, are the 9 inchers. What are being placed in the funnel now? Oh, was I placing him in the well? Oh, they're on the edge there, weren't they? Oh no, they're in the well there. That's why they can't shoot at anything. Can they fit outside of that? Oh, there you go. Well, we can at least fit one set of 4 inchers in a place they can shoot. All right, so we can get 4 2 inchers here with decent firing arcs, plus the casemate guns. And we still have 7 tons to spare. Okay. So what's our armor look like? I do not need 13 inches of turret armor. Are you nuts? Also, 6 inches guarding the 4-inch casemates, like that seems excessive. I mean, that's more armor than my battleship has. I think 10 inches is more than sufficient. Okay. We'll do standard ratio. Right, ship is overweight. Might risk flash fires, but I'm going to reduce the barbette weight a bit. Honestly, in terms of ammo quantity, just do standard. We never run out in a fight anyway, do we? Do you do any YouTube? Yes, little. I've got a 50,000 sub YouTube channel by the same name, The Historical Gamer. All right, so if we reduce the range slightly, that gets us well under the 8,500 tons. Honestly, let's see if we can speed this up a bit. Let's just go for the most speed we can get. Well, we do probably want to fix the roll. We probably need to stretch that beam out a bit. Why is this roll so bad? How long was it that bad? Is it these guns? Are they messing with it? Okay, the roll's back inside tolerable norms. Pitch isn't great. Captain Flatbird, thank you very much for the resub. Appreciate the support. All right, so 22.5. We do 22.5. That's the max speed we can get. What? The displacement? Oh, the fudge. Okay. I guess we just go with a little bit of buffer here in the weight, because there is a chance there's going to be design problems with the ship as well. So it's both. The strategic map is turn-based and the tactical fighting is real-time. All right, who wants this ship named? We already decided the ship name? Templario. That's right. All right, we'll design that. Shall be done there. So we're building 4 new battleships. I'd say let's build 4 of these new armored cruisers too. We'll probably build more than that. The Chunky Moy. Maybe our next class, Chunky, but we're actually naming it after Templario, or Templar order, who's also in the chat here. All right, let's go ahead and build 4 of these also. I'm going to pretend this is like the we won't wait, we want 8 campaign in Britain. So we do 4 and 4, although now we're way over on the shipbuilding capacity, so we're going to have to pause some of those ships. So let's pause one of these battleships. Not quite. So we'll pause one of the battleships and one of the armored cruisers. And that'll get us into the, I assume, the faster build times. So 8 warships being built of the finest caliber warships. We'll also reduce our transport capacity here a bit. We're overbuilding. You max out at 200% of transport capacity, so there's no reason to fund it at better than 0. Which is basically just replacement. But okay, I can't quite get it right on the money. There we go. All right, saves us a little bit of money. Monthly balance is actually tolerable right now. Let's also start standing some of our ships back up that are currently in mothballs, because we know war is coming. It's actually, we can do multiple of these all at once, right? Let's just mobilize the whole damn fleet. In being might actually be the better strategy, but right, so that should be everybody. The entire fleet is being mobilized. Hey, look at our finances. They're shit now. Try comparing my old battleships to my new ones in the design menu. How do you compare? Can you even do that? I mean, the new ones are obviously newer, much larger, considerably more expensive. The old ones have less armor. Not dramatically so. Crew on the new ones almost double. 8-inch guns versus 9-inch guns. 18 4-inch guns on the new ones versus 6 5-inch guns on the old ones. 12 2-inch guns on the old ones. 4 4-inch guns on that. So we've got way more firepower. New and more expensive is always better. Goddamn right it is, right? Research wise, where are we at here? Torpedo size 17-inch, 6 months away. Let's get it to 2 months, then maybe we'll design a new torpedo boat. We'll also do new shells, semi-armor piercing, and we'll also do submarine experiments because we're a little bit farther away on that. Good, yes. All right, we're going to go ahead and increase tensions. And maybe we'll end up at war with Italy next turn. I'm still confused why the British and German war isn't showing anywhere. Italian Empire sent an ultimatum demanding we withdraw our fleet that is operating near their borders, claiming that it threatens their trade lines with neighboring countries. The government requires that I advise how to reply. This is an absolute disgrace. We should not accept this. If they want war, so be it. It's not a good time to provoke them. Perhaps if we offer them a generous compensation, it will soften our relations. This is an absolute disgrace. I think if I was really in charge and someone was to come to me and they were like, hey, the Italians are saying that your fleet is threatening their trade and it looks provocative. In this scenario, I would respond to the Italian ambassador with, you are correct. It is provocative and we are threatening your trade. That'd be like someone like in a diplomatic circle being like, well, do you want war? And then the diplomat responding, yes, I do. War, to war, to war. Okay. So the Spanish Empire's relations with the British are worse, is getting worse. Oh, I wonder if Austria-Hungary is going to join them in their war, because that might push them over to 100 where they're allied with them. Georgia is allied with Japan. Lol. We already threatened them. War with the Italians. You're goddamn right it is. What are you going to do about it, Italy, huh? All right, let's send the bulk of this heavy squadron to the Western Med, I guess. Okay. All right, let's also bring some of our ships. I repaired everybody from the previous war also, so. Bring some of our Philippine squadrons into play. I don't know where we're all gonna face off with them here. But the ships in the Atlantic I'll at least put into offensive operations. And maybe we should try and take their African colonies from them. Although I'm thinking Sardinia would be nice. Bring all the ships home. To war, to war, to war, to war. We'll sink them, crush them, sink them, crush them. I don't know what other words. All right, so Western Med, Central Med. Where's their fleet anyway? Is it all just in port? Looks like most of them are in the Adriatic. That's where like all their fleet's stationed. Italy almost has 100 relations with the Austrians. I don't know if they would join the war against us or if the fact that they're not at war at the start of the war means they can't. I'll want to do naval invasions eventually. But yeah, meanwhile, our finances, how are they? They're good. We've got a bunch of extra money because we're at war again. So that should pay for resuming the ships of ours that are suspended and then some. So let's build an additional 4 armored cruisers. Well, actually, I don't have the bandwidth. My shipbuilding capacity is the issue. All right, let's expand our dockyards over the next 6 months, the minimum. Build it by 1,000 tons more. I'm hoping it'll expand our shipbuilding capacity. And we'll move to June and see if any battles are triggered. You give your people 15 years of peace. Well, your people are not fortunate enough to have me as their ruler. The British Empire observes so far the war, but seems to slowly mobilize its forces against us. The English is not strong with the text of the game. Okay. Well, we got an blah. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for this episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, a new game by Game Labs and available on Steam. It is a turn-based strategy game that also has tactical real-time combat. And this is episode number 17 of our Let's Play series, playing as the Spanish Empire. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'm out.